personally wanted was to be a first sergeant and to make it to be a sergeant major.
About shut the fuck up. Take my advice, man. If you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not trying to make sergeant major. I'm not trying to make first sergeant. I'm trying to make a difference.
First Sergeant Parker. Ooh, my bad. Master Sergeant Parker.
Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are seeing a crazy outburst and outlash between two senior leaders in the U.S. Army, as this is not old news, but we're seeing new forthcomings of text messages that have been leaked in direct messages over on Instagram, and this is between two leaders. The first one you may have remembered, which is the Master Sergeant Parker, also known as Black Unicorn, which I made a video about only a couple weeks, where he went to the Pentagon to talk to the U.S. Army Sergeant Major, where he was shut down at the office because of that, as one of his things he's trying to improve the military on, and it's kind of what is the root of what we're seeing with this situation, as we've also got a First Sergeant Oliveira, where he's had his own drama on social media as well, of going on a dating site while in uniform, and people thought that was unprofessional. And this has got a lot of other players in it as well. I'm gonna name drop another Keneisha Collins, which was a staff sergeant that was forced out of the military. From what I'm remembering was for a lot of things that she did, making fun of leadership.
We had a really great meeting last night. Now, the word is complainers. We will now call the victims complainers. No longer can they put our careers on hold. Yeah, no more of these flags. Repeat complainers constantly pushing the issues. And no more that anomalies. No more that making complaints without saying your name. We want to know who you is. So when we retaliate, we can get you and nip it in the bud. Yeah. But I'm so happy. Then we need to get those women out of comeback arms. Everything needs to go back to how it was. Me and the bros back in the field. Yeah. Right.
Including other things as well. And people on my comments on TikTok and stuff were like, that's not why she got kicked out. Okay, it's not maybe the one singular reason, but there are definitely a lot of, factors that went into that. But she gets name dropped in this entire thing. Now let's go over the text messages that were leaked by Master Sergeant Parker. Now, this is where First Sergeant Oliver wrote to Master Sergeant Parker, unprompted from what it looks like, and says, I'll be in Louisiana next week. Come see me. He says, let's see if that mouth runs as much as in person as it does on the internet. And then below that, Master Sergeant Parker wrote back and said, LMAO, if you catch me without a burner, burn me. Then First Sergeant Oliveira says, can't fight, huh? Says, figures, from someone like you, effing coward. If it's the money, I'll drive you probably broke from all those pointless flights to D.C. Now, he's breaking this down as saying, oh, the flight to the Pentagon wasn't worth it, kind of making fun of him. We're going to talk about how that was said previously, because this guy, according to Master Sergeant Parker, First Sergeant Oliveira, has been a biggest op of him, essentially, where, anything he ever tries to do gets blocked somewhere. And then Master Sergeant Parker says, man, cut that tough guy shit. You had something to do with the Collins getting out, and you said my name. Now you're playing victim, LMAO. You F around and realize I won't stop. Now get out of my DMs before I take you serious. I just want to annotate before we move forward. We're talking about two E8s in the Army talking about going fist to fist. Now, normally I'm going to culturally, talk about this about the tree line. People are going to say oh yeah, this is old military. And I'm like, well, yeah, new military, you don't see this. And you definitely don't see it at the political level of an E8, Maybe you see this at the corporal, the sergeant, lance corporal, private first class, whatever ranks they are, whatever branch they are, right? You see a couple, brawls that are going on where people duke it out and things are bygones be bygones. But I don't know if that's what's going to come from this. Master Parker then says, the way I'm laughing, LOL. And then First Sergeant Oliveira says, on sight, a little bit. And then has the crying emoji, and then says, now go block me again, P word. And then Master Sergeant Parker said, be careful what you ask for, LOL, this is so funny. And then First Sergeant Oliver says, I'll be waiting, we're going to see how long you run. And then there's a little crying emoji from a old video or movie or whatever. And then he then goes on to say, like I said, when I see you, it's on site. F you and F Staff Sergeant Keneisha Collins. Now stop crying about not being a first sergeant. Shit gets lame. 23 July to August 3rd, I'll be on the boot. Come see me if you not a P word. Then Master Sergeant Parker then goes and shares this photo, which was something that First Sergeant Oliveira had posted about all veterans past and present, you all matter. Bullying is bad is essentially what the post said, but was cut off. So pretty much calling him a hypocrite from this entire thing, right? Now, we're going to break this down little by little because you're like, how could we get to this point of two E8s in the Army wanting to fight each other? And this has been something, like I said, the last video I made about these two was in December of last year. So I thought this is all done, you know, internet beef, whatever, but it looks like it's still continuing on, and I wanted to cover it because Keneisha Collins responds as well as her name is being brought into this entire thing, even after she's been kicked out of the military. Now, I want to give context from the old video I made back in December about why he was not able to become a first sergeant. To give context, synopsis, he was not allowed to become a first sergeant because of the fact his beard, social media stuff, people said he was taunting leadership, anything they could do to essentially throw something at the wall to say why he shouldn't be a leader. Now, because of that, First Sergeant Oliveira said, oh, I'm going to make fun of you about not being able to cross over because obviously he's holding a position that, you know, Master Sergeant Parker wanted at some point. And, you know, to be honest, he's been offered several times a position. It's been removed. Social media has been a factor. And so I've talked about this previously where he essentially is realizing career's over. He's made his peace with that, and now he's trying to make influence and get out. And that's what we've seen him talking about, getting out with TAPS and that whole process of what it's like getting out of the military. But this was his response to First Sergeant Oliveira kind of going off the rails and saying like, haha, look at you, you're an idiot. But he claps back.
First Sergeant Parker. Ooh, my bad. Master Sergeant Parker.
Someone took the bait. Hey man, with those stats 4 and 3, hey, you ain't way being a sergeant major. You truly define mission first mentality. And you also look familiar. I think you said Sergeant Collins' name. I heard you sent the MFR over there. And you on a dating site in uniform? You say, you know what? When I'm gonna get these females, I'm gonna put the uniform on. Ask them for my gold patch.
So yes, alleging from Master Sergeant Parker that this first sergeant that had a soldier that was getting in trouble for social media, saying that he had sent a memorandum for the record to her command to get her in further trouble, to specify things that she had done wrong that were violations he thought of, kind of like a social media police type of thing. So, you know, these are allegations. I've not seen this memorandum for the record, but you know, I don't think Staff Sergeant Collins would make that up if she didn't have the packet of information of what was going against her with legal counsel, trying to fight that with maybe an administrative board or something like that. Because after 6 years of being in the military, you do get an administrative board, which those details, those exhibits or whatever would have been entered into the case for them to look at. So I don't think she would have made that up. Now, as for the dating site thing that I mentioned earlier in this video, it looks like he tries to justify the whole reason why he was in uniform on a dating page and the unprofessionalism that could have been seen from it that he kind of talks about.
The video was up. I put the video up. Totally my fault. Was the video unprofessional? Yes. Was the video wrong? No. Did I get in trouble? No. Who was I talking about? Me. I wasn't talking about nobody else. This is why I got in trouble. So let me give you some context on the video, right? There was a scammer scamming women out of thousands of dollars, using my face with a deep AI fake with a different voice, scamming women out of thousands of dollars. He even got one woman to put a tattoo on her breast, which her daughter contacted me about, wanted me to pay for the cover up and all that jazz, which is why I went on the dating show, because he was using that specific dating app to scam women. Now, as I'm coming out of class, I'm in my uniform and boom, the dating show thing pops up. I'm like, oh, let me tell this lady about the scammer so she can like do something. So I tell the lady about the scammer and she blocks the scammers, like all the scammers pages. And she's like, hey, are you single? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, you want to be on a dating show? I kind of looked down. I was like, man, I'm in uniform. I was like, man, bump it. Was it the best decision at the time? No, it was not. It was not. Do not do that, because Not even like the army trouble, but just the social media backlash is crazy, which, hey, look, all publicity is good publicity, so it is what it is. Okay, so she takes the scammer down. I do the video. They post the video. The video goes crazy all over the military. There's a E8 in uniform. Okay, it was me. But like, hey, it is what it is. Hey, it happened. I had to deal with a lot of conversation about the video, you know, PAO, a lot of conversation about the video, and the video was deemed that nothing was wrong. Actually, everybody said that I was really professional in the video, if you ever seen it. Okay, so was I on the thing in uniform trying to find love? No, I was not. I was on the video. I was on the dating show to originally catch the scammer.
Have you ever had somebody tell you a lie so bad that it was basically calling you stupid? That man said he got on that site to catch a scammer. A scammer. That man lied to so many recruits, he think we one of them. Boy, hey, I don't know what he do, but he could show a lie. Hey, boy, that's somebody's hero. Let me get back to reading my book, though. Always upside down. Fix it. It makes sense to somebody.
So yeah, that is the idea of why this was entirely, you know, just for the scammers or whatever, but he's being called out by Master Sergeant Parker. So as you can see, Master Sergeant Parker is kind of over it. So that is from months, if not years ago at this point, where this is just continuing on and on like the drum beat that just never stops, and no one has ever de-escalated what's going on here. Now, we have to get to the Staff Sergeant Collins because both of them kind of use her as, I would say, a pawn of whether they were right, wrong, divisive of what she did was right or wrong, and, you know, sending the MFR to the command and doing stuff like that. Master Sergeant Parker is alleging that essentially he's doing this to be in good favor or try and take on the uniform and say, look at me, I hold this position, where he's kind of saying it's not in good faith. But at the same time, Master Sergeant Parker is saying that he is backing Keneisha Collins, but we learn more about that riffraff that goes on where he might not be as truthful with that, according to Keneisha Collins, on the back end of her situation.
Yo, and it ain't took the first time, like so many times, the shit don't even sting. And let them see you.
Okay, so now finally you can see that the Keneisha Collins token of whatever push or pull they can with her, they pretty much put her as a forefront of this, and that was while she was still active duty. Those videos were there, but in the earlier text messages I showed, they're bringing it up. Now, the only person that brought up Keneisha Collins in this entire thing of what was going on was Master Sergeant Parker, but she has essentially moved on from the military, and now she's pissed off because these two people, military leaders, are bringing her name up again, even though she's done with the military, she's over it, and she's looking forward to being out of the military and not even discussing this anymore.
The shit that be pissing me off, I'm not even in the fucking military no more, but you got leaders still bringing my fucking name up and shit. I don't even find the shit funny at all. The shit is actually irritating. And what's weird to me, Master Sergeant Parker sent me these screenshots. And in the screenshots, he like, dude is still talking about you. You've been out the military for a while now, but you on his mind. I'm not even on this dude's mind. You brung my fucking name up to this dude. Now the dude is saying fuck Collins. Why are you even bringing my name up or putting me in any of this fucking drama both of y'all senior non-commissioned officers got? I'm not affiliated. I'm not even a non-commissioned officer no more. I'm trying to live my best life outside of this messy ass military shit. But yeah, it's screenshots online. Fuck Collins and fuck you too. Why couldn't you just be fuck? I don't want to be a part of the shit. I'm trying to leave all that messy ass shit behind me. And this reason, shit like this, leaders like this, the reason why soldiers get the fuck out the military. Because of stupid ass shit like this. And I'm tired of being brought back, reliving all this other bullshit. And the thing that irritates me the most, when I got counseled online, before I even got counseled, when they told me they counseled me online, I'm like, I don't want to be counseled online. The NCO, I reached out to two NCOs, two of them. One of them, he was in the meeting, he didn't even see my message. The other one was MSG Parker. I even called him like, please help me. My commander trying to go live and counsel me on live. I didn't want to be on live. I asked him, I'm like, can you at least like tell me what's going on screen record? I don't know. Instead of just trying to help me or calling my commander, not doing it, y'all post the screen recording online for even more people to even see the shit and make it bigger than what it was. Like this shit, and people still in the comments reading this shit, and this shit is still, I don't know, the shit just irritating the fuck out of me. I'm just getting irritated as fuck. And I honestly feel like I'm not even in the military, but once again, leaders in the military has failed me once again. I keep being failed by these fucking leaders, and it's irritating. And the way my mind operates, I don't even know if he was genuinely trying to help me or calling his best friend who posted it online and blasted it up even more. I don't even know. And then I don't even know if he's doing this shit on purpose, making me live throughout all this shit again. I don't know. I don't know if my mind playing tricks on me or is this shit how I really fucking see it as. But to be a fucking master sergeant, both of these motherfuckers, master sergeant, acting the way y'all act. Y'all say my shit I post online when I was in with stupid ass shit. I was never threatening nobody. I was never just doing shit to people the way people doing shit to me. The shit is so fucking irritating.
And what's really interesting is the divide across social media where some people are for or against this statement from Keneisha Collins, where somebody on the top post of her TikTok says, that's that I'm especially disappointed in Master Sergeant Parker. And she has this emoji with like hands on the guy's face. However, on Instagram, there are people saying that she should support him, whereas this person says, girl, you're burning so many bridges. He was trying to have your back. Maybe the approach is wrong, but you coming on here to then talk about him in this light is keep my name out your mouth situation is crazy. The way we articulate our words need to be extremely clear. And she said, writing back, she said, I'm not burning any bridges. He brought my name up. He sent me the screenshots being messy, saying that man has a lot to say. Who does that? That man never support me. That is disguised to look like support. That ain't no real love. It's clout chasing. So yeah, even though this is still, it's done. She's out. It looks like these two people are looking to use whatever beef they can to, allegedly, to these text messages, try and throw fists, essentially. So this is the level that we're at. And I've said this on my short form content over on TikTok and Instagram. Those videos blew up. I'm still going to continue to say this of like de-escalation techniques between these two leaders need to be implemented. There needs to be somebody that brings them to kumbaya and figure this out, because I'm like, they've got more than enough experience to bring this down. And I'm like, there's enough comments I've seen online of people saying these are our leaders, and this is kind of what we're seeing. I mean, I know Master Parker is about to be out of the military. I get that. You know, you're leaving behind the uniform. You don't have to hold that up. I understand that aspect of this, but I'm also saying, like, until the day we get out, that's what it is. And I think a lot of people from junior ranks are like, man, this is not what I signed up for. I really look forward to leaders doing more than what I'm seeing right here. So I'm just going to leave that there, because I think this has been one of the most divisive topics of which side you're on for this, based on all the history. You had to be here for the entire lore. But let me know what you guys think about the situation down in the comments below. And as always, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.